All right, good morning, guys. So today I am hijacking the vlog to give you guys some more feedback and answer some of your guys' questions about the process, what we're doing, why we're doing it, and where we're doing it. I don't know if any of you guys have seen my previous video of the overall layout of the lot, so I'm going to do it all over again because it was a few videos ago and some of you guys are still asking questions that have already been answered. So this purple house, or tool shed, was pre-existing when we bought the lot. Okay, it was a tool shed. It wasn't built or planned to be anything other than to store solar equipment, tools, lawnmowers, stuff like that. When we bought the lot, the fence was along this line right here, all the way over there. And after we bought it, we got a survey and the fence moved out here. So we moved the fence to the property line, built a new gate, and we are renovating this house or shed to put an addition on it to make a small 1-bedroom 1 CR like bungalow for my mother and father-in-law. This is not for us. We are not living up here. This is solely for my in-laws. Okay, with that being said, obviously we built a new septic tank. This is a 5 by 9 by 4.5 feet deep septic, 3-chamber, 2 clean outs, and the septic is going straight into the CR. There's another pipe under here going over to the kitchen sink, so all of it will be tied in. This will be the front facing wall of the entire house. This will be the front door. There will be a 1 meter tall by 2 meter window right here, so you can look out, see the ocean. So front door. This will be 2.8 meters tall, so that roof will be torn down. The block will be raised up, and it will be a single angle roof going front to back. Got the Chariot. It's been a workhorse. I love this thing. I'll also be going over prices today. I brought the receipt for all the materials that we bought so far, so I'll be going over that too. This area right here will be a parking garage, like a covered carport area. Sidewall, another 1 by 2 meter window right here, and a side door going into the carport. Going inside, we will be building concrete countertops right here with under counter storage. That's Jay, my wife's nephew. Kitchen sink, septic, plumbing. We were going to make this a 1 by 2 meter window also, but it's a massive window just for a kitchen view. So we're actually going to make this one just a slightly smaller window, and raise it up a little bit because the countertops will be up, and the standard is like 90 centimeters from the ground. I don't know if you can tell from the video, but there is a slight drop in the ground. The overall lot is fairly flat, but it is at a slight slope. So this block right here, try to point it on the video, this block right here, this line right there will be the floor. And as you can see, if you follow it all the way around over here, you can see it's 2 blocks high over here. So we actually have to fill this in and compact it down to pour the concrete. We got a lot of filler to add right here, but the whole house will be level, done right. So where was I? Oh, we got a question today of why we were blocking in these walls, or these old windows. It's going to block airflow. These will all be interior walls. This won't be external anymore. So I have never seen an internal window looking into a bedroom before, but yeah, that's how we're blocking them. This window over here, this used to be 2 doors that would swing open. This wall will be a firewall. Legally, we have to have a firewall because that wall is not more than 2 meters from our property line. As you can see, the fence out here, that fence right there is our property line. So not more than 2 meters, you got to have a firewall. So that's why there's not any windows or anything on that side. Again, all this roofing will be torn down. We will have vaulted ceilings, so it's not going to be a level Kissimmee roof. It will be vaulted along with the roof line. This is obviously the bathroom. On the other side of that wall is going to be the bathroom. We did get a question of why we're not putting a door from the master bedroom straight into the CR. mainly because it's literally right here. I mean, I don't know why we would need another door over here when it's literally right here. There's just no point. And it'll give us more space to put like mirrors or something on the wall. And over here in the master bedroom, we're planning to put a dresser or some sort of cabinetry for the wardrobe or something to put in. So we would have limited space on this wall if we put another door when we don't really need one. What else has been asked? Oh, I'll go into the CR, show you that. This is a shower area. We will raise the floor about a ½ inch taller than the actual shower area. This will be our shower drain. I bought like a, I want to say it's like a 80 centimeter long shower drain. So it's like a bar drain that goes along over here. So all the water will be flushed into that side and out into the septic. The reason why we did this with the PPR is because a lot of people here in the Philippines, they'll just go up to this little valve. There's a valve under this bag right here. And then they'll just run like a stainless exterior hose up to the water heater. I didn't want to do that. You do it right or you do it again. So what I did is I ran the PPR up here. So we have a water outlet up here. So just go straight into the water heater. We did get a comment saying, why'd you put your electrical in the bathroom? Obviously, that's not going to stay there. That's just for temporary construction. So all of that will eventually be torn out. Also, these walls will be tiled, finished, the works. That's our toilet septic. We just left it tall because for now we don't want anything falling down in there. This will be the water for the toilet and the bidet. Let's go back over here. I did also put a outdoor spout or faucet. I call it a faucet. Some people call it a spigot, whatever you want to call it. It's right here, PPR water outlet right there. So if they want to wash their bikes or fill up water jugs or whatever, they'll have an outdoor water source there. There will be another outdoor water source over here in the parking garage. Speaking of that, we gotta hook up that PPR again, Peter. The PPR. Yeah, don't forget about that today. There'll be another faucet out here right next to the door. And this, we use it as a trash collection point right now. But this is a like a, I would say one by one square meter tank, I guess you could call it. They used to collect rainwater. There used to be a gutter here along this roof line and it used to pour into here. But what I did is I ran some PPR under here. There's some PPR and it comes out right there, as you can see, and that will all be in the wall and another outlet. But I made it to where, so we'll put a spigot on that and it'll be able to fill this up with more water, just for whatever reason. What else? Oh, we did realize that this tank that we bought is not quite big enough for daily life during the summer, because up here in the summer there's not a lot of water. So what we did is we dug this hole. I forget the exact dimensions, but that's a 680 liter tank. We don't need, but I'm going kind of overkill, and I'm going to replace it with a 2,000 liter tank. And this hole's not big enough for a 2,000 liter tank. So unfortunately, what we have to do is knock out a wall, or I might just knock out all of it, dig it deeper, bigger, and reblock it, which won't take too long. The hardest part is just digging the hole. That way we have more water storage up here. And this line is a 1/2 inch hose, which I'm also going to replace with a 1 inch hose. Our neighbors are using 1 inch and they have a lot more volume moving to their houses than we do, so going to upgrade that as well. And with a 1 inch hose and a 2,000 liter tank, I don't think we'll ever have any problems with water up here. So that's the plan for here. That's the plan with that. And yeah, so this used to be a cow pen, dirt floors. Right now it's just a storage unit, tool shed. It was going to be an outdoor CR, but not anymore because we're actually building the house now. Yeah, tool shed storage. All of this dirt, well, this is another septic under here. Again, some of you may have seen our previous videos. This under here is a septic that we built for this outdoor CR. All of the dirt is now piled up here. So this is the dirt that we will use to fill the foundation and the floor of the bungalow for Mom and Pa. So, and again, more trash. We got to make a trash run, but as of now, during construction, we're just letting it all pile up. This is obviously a big piggery, pre-existing when we bought the lot. Again, pretty messy during construction. This was a composting hole for the piggery washout. All the manure and feces would just pour in here, and they would mix it up for composting. Another rainwater collection, and this over here was another, I guess, composting area for these two giant piggeries. It would wash out over here. Behind this plywood, there's 3 holes that would just wash out into this area. So yeah, that's pretty much the gist of what's going on. A lot of you guys are asking questions that we've already been answered, so I figured I'd answer them again. And yeah, I'm gonna go over some prices of materials, and everything's kind of expensive right now because of the fuel price hike, because of the whole Iran situation. Materials are a little bit more expensive than usual because delivery fees and everything like that. Everything rolls downhill, so prices are a little higher, but I'll go over here in a minute. Hey guys, so the other day I was walking around the lot talking about all the questions that have been previously answered, walking around doing the whole walkthrough again, and I said that I would go over some pricing, but I actually forgot the receipt the other day, so I brought it with me today, and I'll go over some of the materials prices that we've recently purchased. So starting with sand, we ordered 8 cubics of that, and it's 950 pesos per cubic. 1 cubic is about 25 sacks, or the equivalent of 1 multi-cab bed full of sand. So we ordered 8 cubics. It came out to 7,650 pesos. The next is choker, which is gravel. They call it choker. We ordered 4 cubics of that, and that is 1,950 per cubic, and that was 7,800 pesos. Hollow block. We ordered 500 block, and that is 15 pesos, 15.5 pesos per block, and we ordered 500, so that was 7,750. 40 sacks of the red federal cement, and that is 238 pesos per sack, and we ordered 40 of those. That's 9,520. It's hard for me to read their writing. About 9,520. Rebar, 12 millimeter rebar. We ordered 20 pieces of that at 298 pesos each. So that was 5,960 pesos for 12 millimeter rebar. 10 millimeter rebar. We ordered 20 pieces of that. That's 198 each. So that was 3,960. The nylon line, it's what they use to level the block and keep it aligned. That was 86 pesos for 1 clip. Plywood, we ordered 2 sheets of 3/4 marine grade plywood, and that is 1,585 each. Comes out to 3,170. Cocoa lumber that we ordered 20 pieces of that, 2x3x8. So it's a 2x3 by 8 feet long, 140 each, 2,800 pesos for 20 of those. And 4-inch nails, we ordered 3 kilos of 4-inch nails at 80 pesos each, 240 pesos. And 3-inch nails, we ordered 2 kilos of 3-inch nails, and those are 80 pesos as well, 240 pesos there. So all of that came out to 49,126 pesos, and I'll have Shell edit the conversion below, but it was it hurt. It was quite a bit, but everything's costing a little bit more these days because of the whole the fuel shortage and everything like that. Right now, last week it was the equivalent to about $9.45 per gallon. So all of you guys in the U.S. complaining about $4 per gallon, it's more than double that here. So everything being delivered, everything is going up in price. So yep, that's the price. I'll hold this up. I don't know if you can read it as easy as I can, but that's the total amount, 49,165, I think. So that's it. And as we go, next month I'm going to buy the roofing material. And yesterday was Shell's birthday, and we used the day to go around and do some window shopping on like the fixtures, the toilet, the sinks, the roofing material. I found some steel door jambs at the local City Hardware because I'm trying to limit the amount of wood that we're putting in this house because of the termite problems. Right now, there's not going to be, as far as I can see, there's not going to be any wood in this house. Maybe the doors. I don't want to put metal doors because they're just like heaters. The sun will soak up the rays and just heat up the house. So I think the doors will be the only wood in this house, which is fine because they're easily replaceable. You just unscrew them and screw on a new door. I'm putting PVC doors on the inside, but on the exterior doors, I'm going to put something a little stronger. So probably some, I've heard 2-gauss wood is a hardwood here, and termites have a hard time with it, so maybe that'll last a little longer. But as far as the door jambs, those are quite a bit harder to replace, so I'm going to use steel. And it's galvanized steel, but I'm still going to paint it with the red lead oxide paint for rust proofing. And so yeah, after we purchase the roofing materials and the other stuff, I'll go over the prices for that too in the future. So that's it. All right, good morning, guys. To expand a little more on the situation that we had the other day of the engineer's office coming to the lot and giving us a notice of that they needed proof of ownership of our lot. Apparently, a family member, one of the daughters of one of the actual heirs of the land, this overall land, this lot is huge. We only bought two sections of it, and the lady that complained had already previously complained about another family member a couple lots over, and this has already gone through the local barangay, and all of the heirs said that she is not entitled to anything. The local barangay captain is actually one of the original heirs of the land, and he already said that she's not entitled to anything. Apparently her father was. He was one of the original heirs, but he sold his portion. So now she's pissed off and jealous because everybody else has an inheritance and she lost hers. So because of that, like I said, a couple lots down, there was a family member, not our family member, a family member of the original owners of our lot, and said that she's not allowed to build here. She can't get electricity, she can't get a building permit because she's not legally entitled to it. And apparently nobody was legally entitled to it. So I don't know what happened there, but it's already been through the barangay, and we went to the barangay last Monday, and the barangay remembered the situation before, and they have documentation and paperwork about that. So we requested it. They said it would take a couple of days. We told them that we would be back next week, so maybe next Tuesday we'll go back and get our copy of that documentation so we have it for our records. But the engineer at the engineer's office said it was the same lady that previously complained before, and he said that it was a local family member that didn't live near our lot but lived further up the road, like a couple kilometers up the barangay road. And I guess she wasn't complaining about our construction. She was more or less inquiring about the legality of the person that sold us our lots, if she had the authority or legal right to sell us these lots. So what we had to do is we had to provide the original deed of sale from the original heir to the previous owner of our lots. So it was the deed of sale before our deed of sale, and luckily we had already got those back before we even moved back to Negros. When we bought these lots, we made sure to keep all the paperwork, and it was funny because we had the original deed of sale from one of our lots, but about 2 months before moving back here to Negros to start construction, I told Shell, I was like, we don't have the original deed of sale for the other lot that we bought, which we have 2 lots right next door to each other. So like, as you can see, like, this lot over here is one and this over here is another, so 2 neighboring lots, and the property line goes right down the middle. So we had the deed of sale from the original heir to the seller to us for this lot, and we had our deed of sale, but we only had our deed of sale from the owner to us for this one. So before we moved back, I requested that we needed the original deed of sale from the original heir to the person that sold us a lot, so the deed of sale before ours. And luckily I requested that, and we got it. We got the original with the thumbprints and the original signatures, the original ink and everything. So we're protected, and I'm glad we got that, because they gave us 15 days to prove that, to get that paperwork to them, or they would revoke our building permit. So with that being said, I'm glad that I made the decision to get all the paperwork and backup paperwork to make sure that we were clear, and all we had to do is go down there and give them proof, give them a photocopy of the previous deed of sale to ours for the lot that we actually had the building permit on. And that was it. That was all that they needed. And while we were there, we told the engineers that it was the same lady, because we had already talked to the family in the area, and they said that it was the same lady that complained before. So I don't know what her problem is, but if she wants to continue to waste our time and waste our money, I have no problem dealing with that. I thrive on that drama. But luckily we're legal. Everything's legal. It's pretty much just jealousy and her being spiteful, trying to make everybody's life miserable. But I don't care. So that's just the gist of what happened and what we dealt with. It wasn't really a conflict. It was more or less just like proving that we actually do own the lot and the land. Even though she wasn't entitled, she's not even an heir. She has no inheritance over this lot. She's just jealous because her father sold his portion of the lot, so she's not entitled to any of it. And I guess it's just a jealousy thing. I guess it's pretty common here. But we're just gonna continue trucking on and keep building, because we're legal. Everything's legal for us. So yeah, that's